that multiple sources have said that the Islanders have checked in on Nikolaj Ehlers, which we've talked about at length, and many Islanders fans have talked about for a long time. Would be an exciting addition to this team, Mitch, coming off of a 25-goal, 61-point season. Actually, very underutilized in Winnipeg. For whatever reason, they don't really ever give him a bigger role, but he continues to produce and put up 25-plus goal seasons every year.
Yeah, we're talking about a guy who once played a season where he averaged just over 18 minutes, literally 18:04. He played 62 games in the 21-22 season, putting up 55 points and 28 goals, by the way. And never sniffed anything close to that 1539 and 1552 the year after, of course, averages, but still scoring not exactly a point per game, but you had 61 points this year, 25 goals, 38 points in 48 games the season before that. This is a top 6 player, bar none. And he's only, I don't know his birth date exactly.
He's 28.
He's 28 in February on Valentine's Day. So like he's right within the window that the Islanders are looking at. He's still a little, I would like the Islanders to go a little bit younger, and I think we're going to get to that a little bit later. But he is within the window. He's at his peak. He's going to be a 60 to 70 point player, maybe more if you give him those extra couple of minutes with Matthew Barzal and Bo Horvat. And he's on a digestible deal, if I remember correctly.
1 year for 6 left.
Right. I was going to say, I don't have cap friendly open RIP, but I
RIP
do now.
Piece.
Yeah. Right. Like, so $6 million payout is actually 675. So it's not like you're paying him a whole crap ton more. I don't imagine you can convince Winnipeg to hold any money. I think the only issue in acquiring Nikolai Ehlers, well, the two issues really is, are we on the 10-team no trade list? I would doubt it. He's a Dane. He's going to play where Franz Nielsen played, right? Going to have to?
Yes. Get Franz back here even to help recruit.
Just for that. Hire him from Seattle for this, send him back to Seattle afterwards.
Perfect.
And then it's, do we have what they want?
I think so. I don't think it's going to be crazy costly for Ehlers. I think a first round pick and maybe like some filler is more than enough.
Yeah, that's the only hang up I have. Obviously, we can't know what the Winnipeg Jets want. Do they want futures? Do they want current players? Like, this is a team who made it to the Stanley Cup playoffs, got eliminated by the Colorado Avalanche. Not in embarrassing fashion, but they didn't look good when they were there. They're still looking to stay within that window. So I don't imagine losing one of their top 6 players for futures is going to be something that Kevin Cheveldayoff is going to want to do. So that's where I've got my hang up going. Like, I don't think we've got the currents to give them what they want, unless it's Ryan Pulock, I suppose. And even then, I'm not sure that Lou himself would strike that deal. I think you or I would, but I don't think Lou would.
Yeah, and that's a fair pushback on what we think Lou would do. But from Winnipeg, like, if he's not going to extend, wouldn't you rather take that first round pick, free up the $6 million, and then use that pick to do something else?
I suppose. And Winnipeg doesn't have a first round pick this year.
Okay.
Which is the first time in forever, I believe. So yeah, maybe the first round pick, actually, now that I realize they don't have one, maybe some of you at home already knew that. I did not, because but usually Kevin Cheveldayoff holds those things, those first round picks. So the fact that they don't have one, and it's a 20th overall, it's not crazy late, it's in the middle of that first round, maybe it holds a little bit more value to him than it would to us.
They traded the first rounder for Sean Monahan.
Right. Oh, Montreal. What a good trade that was.
Yeah.
Montreal did good with Sean Monahan. They picked up assets to get him, or to bring him in, because Calgary didn't want him anymore. Or they needed to free up contract room. And then they get a first round pick for bumping him up and selling him out. Friggin' excellent asset management there from Montreal.
Yeah, that was a good trade. Our buddy Cheveldayoff got worked over a little bit on that one.
Yeah, so maybe that he got worked over there, we can work him over here. Lou gonna do that, right?
Lou, where's the Godfather Lou meme? Toss it out there. Trade in Lou Lamoriello. This would be one that I would be excited about. I know what you were saying where your preference is someone younger, and while I don't disagree, I think that Ehlers would be a good fit on the top line with Horvat and Barzal. And if they were to then extend him on, I don't know, 7 years at $7 million, let's say, AAV, I think that's probably what you're looking at. Maybe this is biased. You tell me if you feel differently, but I do believe that Ehlers, Horvat, Barzal would be a more than capable top line. I think that would be one of the better top lines.
I think it would be a really good top line for a few reasons. I think the speed aspect, I shouldn't just say speed, is because what he does with his speed, his transitional abilities are really, really good. I'm really, really good. Cool. Think of better words there, Mitch. But his ability to move the puck out of the defensive zone and into the offensive zone in a rush situation is key for a number of teams, but specifically for these New York Islanders, because they don't have a lot of players who could do that. After Matthew Barzal and, I don't know, Noah Dobson, that's it, man. Like, I know, oh my God, Bo Horvat can do it. I know any player can kind of do it, but with the speed that Nikolai Ehlers can do it, it's a match when it comes to Matthew Barzal. You've got two players can now exit the zone on the rush, or you can mix and match the lines for maximum efficacy. I think I said that word properly. To get that kind of, you can play on the rush a little bit more frequently than the Islanders used to be able to, which is something that Patrick Roy definitely wants to be able to do. I know Burns is screaming, at least in his head, like most goals are scored within 7 seconds of entering the zone. That's how you do it, by getting chances off the rush, and you do that by getting these faster guys who can headman pucks up the ice like Nikolai Ehlers. If you like that, make sure to subscribe to Up the Turnpike on Patreon for more exclusive New York Islanders content.